as Astralis, the rest of the squad, they stack their way on up towards the B apartments. Iceberg edges his way forwards. It's blamef looking like he'll be the first to receive as Quez gets into a bit of a tussle with the Vice here, but both quickly spurn away as Iceberg taps away. blamef finds the first frag, and the B-bomb site is under threat.
blamef now in this entry role apparently is going to be testing Lucky, the AWPer we were talking about. His revenge arc is going to have to hold strong, but he's only got that first frag. There is a lot of rotations here very quickly. Prime will be the first one. However, Quez has been knocked down in response. Only 2 players on this bomb site currently for Astralis. As Device, he's coming up short. He's going to be very late, but they might be able to hold on without him. And Prime tries his best, but it will be Zipex.
Well, Astralis are off to a good start. But of course, it is just a pistol round. We can't put too much weight on this just yet. Blake peeking on in. He's looking for those coveted eco frags, but does go down very early to Quez. His Glaive, he'll have to pick up the pieces with a Mac 10 for T rounds. So they're going to need to have a pretty good start here on T if they want to take this one over the line. I'm a little bit worried if they can't get 6 rounds on T, but they do have the comfort of CT coming up next. And
he's
that's
back
nice.
On it a little bit. Yeah, he's back on it a little bit. But yeah, I agree with you. I think.
Yeah, blamef, first man down short. Good damage to Iceberg, but it's not quite the frag, and he will fall back because Astralis, there's no holding them back. Onto the A bomb site already. Iceberg is so blind for Quez. That's a lovely jump up. Finds the first onto Mister, and huge damage onto Glaive. He hides amongst the smoke though, as Iceberg finds another frag. Glaive does eventually trade on back, but it's a 4v3 for the CT side right now. Iceberg towards the top of the staircase, shielded off by smoke. But won't have to do the damage as Iceberg steals yet another onto the IGL of Astralis. blamef has found an open B bomb site though.
All 4 players are retaking from markets.
Yeah, blamef has readjusted towards the bench now as Zipex starts to spray. Can't catch anybody yet though. Instead, it's Blame to take the first head. Zipex, that's a gorgeous frag, but Nodios finishes the job with a nade. blamef continues to dance around. Ammo's running low here, just 3 minutes left. And that's all that blamef needs, a 2v4.
We will see Prime going back to try and support Quez, and it's going to literally be in the nick of time because look at this bomb. The execute is going to come, and Quez will be caught on the jump peak.
Yeah, that's a lovely entry frag from Blame there as Mister chimes in for another Prime. Is yet to be dealt with though, and that's a huge double, but Mister shuts him down, and with that, Nodios is completely outpositioned.
Yeah, I was mentioning in the pregame there, talking about Config and his entries. I personally think that Config is the best entry fragger in Denmark over Dupree, and I thought losing him was more of a deficit than a benefit. And right now, they've got Mister, who isn't even really, I don't think he really is an entry frag. That could be quite a big problem and talking point, but now Nodios is actually going to throw the Molotov at the perfect time. Doesn't split them up as the smoke will extinguish it. Gets that first and still does stay alive with the smoke. Oh, sorry, the Molotov that lands on him was put perfectly. Still able to accumulate 1 kill while being burnt in those flames and tricked in a 2 versus 3. The bomb hasn't gone down yet as it did get dropped. It will get picked up there. Prime will be looking to pick up an AK. He does do that, but he's been spotted. Lucky now. I don't know if they've seen him, but they definitely would have heard him now as it has been burnt in the Molotov. He has now actually just affirmed that fire is warm. And Astralis, they'll go 6-0 up.
But Lucky will be back on the AWP. Now, the first time he had it, he didn't actually find a kill with it. So he'll be looking to rectify this error, and Device will win the opening duel. Lovely shot from Device there as he speeds out of middle. And with that, an early man advantage. I think every single player on Astralis now has found an entry frag, and Tricked on the flip side have almost always been playing 4v5. Glaive bags another, making it a 3v5 scenario, even worse for Tricked. We were talking about the tier list of Danish Counter-Strike, and, well, Tricked being down by 2 or 3 is really starting to show here as blamef shows his face again. Quez goes down, and this is just brutality at this point. Astralis are finding everything.
Felt like Iceberg had a little bit of a timing there on Glaive because Glaive got caught in no man's land, and if Iceberg had had a flashbang with him, Glaive is dead. I think it's the duel here. Yeah, like one flashbang, Glaive's dead. He's been heard. He's in no man's land. Iceberg dropping off there, and with 30 seconds left, smoke towards top con has actually missed, and Quez will be the first contact onto Mister. Spam through the smoke with a lot of damage. Exchange to the AK, gets the other one through the smoke, doesn't realize there's one more.
Oh my goodness!
Turns around, and Quez 4 kills in the fire and the flames, smoke in front of him.
Lucky does have the palace position, though. The CTs have swapped places with the opposition side, and Glaive will be the first to go down as such. Blame F, though. Nice trade in device. He spotted a bit of Kevlar, spots the elbow, but it's not going to quite be extended enough for him to find the guaranteed frag, and he knows this. He bides his time, but unfortunately, Lucky has been allowed to escape. And Quez, well, Quez could also cause some mischief here as he's coming back up the ramp. This seems to be his turn, but the spin from Blame F cuts him down as the Faze catches another, and Prime and Nodios, they're completely cut out of the round. That's an amazing play from Astralis there.
3 versus 3, and you've just thrown Astralis into pandemonium. Nodios, lovely you get one on the exit there. And I think Prime will probably get one as well over on Mr., I would assume. But it's like, that was a round where... Oh! What? Okay. Zipex. Lovely little one tap there, and that's the AWP out. Over towards the B bomb site, and Tricked have actually just left that completely open. They're looking to duel more towards middle with a player towards short 2 connector. Glaive, the fact he is able to get one there is absolutely outrageous, and Lucky's going to get tested, flashed off the angle, does miss that first shot, throws a smoke in front of him, and will try and hold off until the rest of his teammate comes to play, and Iceberg, the IGL, might be taking matters into his own hand by just jumping around and killing everyone.
Yeah, big double from Iceberg there. As the Molotov clears out the first angle, Tricked is still none the wiser as to where Blame F may be.
He will now start to creep out, sees the first player on the bomb, will take contact onto Prime, gets the kill, but Iceberg just sticks it. He doesn't get the ace, but he gets the round. Blame F.
I reckon we're going to see a pretty decent Astralis here, as that's just a wild Mac 10. There's no way Blame F is in connected already.
We were talking about his lurking abilities. Well, apparently he's an entry fragger now. Lucky, there's just no way he expects that. Blame F will upgrade himself to that AWP, and he's going hunting. He's holding for the rotation. Prime will actually leg Blame F. What an angle that was. But Astralis, they still have the man advantage. And look at where Iceberg and Quez have gone off to. They've pushed towards ramp, and it's like, okay, perfect. We've got the space. But look how disjointed everything is now for Trick. You've got so many players so far away from each other, and that's a... excuse the pun, prime example of what happens when you don't have those trade potentials.
I mean, I don't want to linger on our former argument too much, but again, just looking at the impact that Lucky had on Astralis.
Proficiency, but look at this from Iceberg. Changing it up. I don't think he's been spotted. Oh, he has. Just about to get spotted. And I don't think Iceberg knew that he'd been spotted.
Yeah, and hopefully he's been able to fortify this squad. As a terrible castle-based pun comes on through, but Quez comes on through as well, catches Mr. completely off guard as he's setting up util. And now, again, they've swapped positions. For some reason, it's two CTs, sorry, towards T-ramp, as Lucky waits patiently in towards CT. Glaive goes down. And that it will be a 3 versus 4. It's going to be a tough round for both sides here, as the bomb site is still owned by Astralis, but Prime just owns Blame F. Now, in a very severe deficit, Zipex does catch one more off guard. But look at the timer, Freddy. They're going to have to act now, otherwise it's going to be too late. Device, what a 1D. Leaving us now in the 2v2. Is there time for the bomb plant? Yes, there will be. Zipex has grabbed it in the nick of time, but that's a great kill from Quez onto Device.
1 versus 2 now for Zipex. This is Award Astralis, their 11th in this half. Really secured their domination. Nodios coming from Connector and Quez coming from Ramp. Zipex seems aware of Nodios, gets the first kill. 3 bullets, goes above. Both of them run out of bullets, and Quez will switch to his secondary a little bit quicker, and the USP will finish it off. Glock versus USP at the end there, and Quez
on this entire Trick side as Blame F. Well, he's looking to entry again. Very fast up top middle, and Lucky will be waiting for him. But all he awaits is a swift F in his second pistol round. Mr. on the Julies catches Iceberg. And Glaive has decided to go for the down Julies as well, but Zipex will quickly trade out his teammate. Bomb does go down, though. Good money for the T side.
Yeah, I guess a subtle victory there. And that victory, that's subtle, might actually turn into a round 1, as it's still a 2 versus 3, but it's looking possible. Quez gets Mr., but it's quickly traded out by Device, and Nodios, the newest player of this Tricked roster, called upon now. 1 versus 2. The bomb gets tapped, so he knows where 1 is, sees the short player, knows Device is close, and will nail that as well. Nodios, the clutch that keeps Tricked in this. A 2 versus 4. In the meantime, the CT will have 2 players towards CT, and they'll be looking to try to disrupt this bomb plant if possible.
Well, Zypex does a little bit of disrupting himself as Iceberg does eventually go down. Bomb is planted, though, as Trick, they're going for a two-man around the world play.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've seen this one in a while, as Quez tucks himself in towards jungle. Will get smoked off for now. The smoke tiny bit deep there, as all of Astralis now surge onto the site, and are none the wiser to Lucky's flank. Zypex goes down, Quez bags another onto Glaive, but the voice trades on back. It's a 2v2, very little time left though, and Nodios, it's an absolute freebie, no body blocking here from Device, and with that, it's a 1v1, and that is a massive round for Trick to win. Again, he dies with only a single player surviving, but Astralis, they don't get anyone.
I got terrified when Quez died to Zypex in middle there, but well, Device, first player to have the AWP out on this half, and he is going to try find one in middle, but it's not even going to be him. Wait, no, he does eventually, but in the meantime, Blamef and Glaive put their fingers in the pie, and it's all down to Lucky and Quez in a 2 versus 5. How is this round just fumbled away from them so quickly?
That is a mega force buy from Astralis there, and Zypex now on a scout. Can we see a coldzera-esque play? Not quite. Quez is playing clay pigeon shooting with the skull of Zypex. And with that into a 2 versus 4, but Glaive out of nowhere catches Quez. Lucky now in a 1v3 though, and it's not going to happen. Big kills from Device there as he now has a 2 KD edging into round 21.
Well, it was for the insta-window smoke that would get extinguished, but the problem is it just never came, yeah.
But unfortunately it misses, but thankfully he doesn't with the AWP. Prime does go down early doors, and Device will be a little trapped here, but Iceberg has just been felled as well. Massive stuff here in the gun round from Astralis. Nodios being baited out by Blamef. He does love a bit of baiting here, but unfortunately... Nodios goes down. His lead reigns a little too flat, and with that, Lucky and Quez. Oh, and now just Quez. Oh, it's a flawless round for Astralis. I can hardly finish a sentence, and we are done, Freddy. And after an initial struggle in the half, they're looking pretty damn spicy in the Astralis camp.
He gets blocked.
So unlucky.
Blamef blocks him. I mean, it actually weirdly works out, because then Device is over on A. Also, I don't think we've highlighted properly. Device has got 22 kills and 9 deaths.
Not the most fantastic opening shot either, but sees 3 pistols and unlike Blamef realizes he doesn't need to try and fight it. Does miss a second shot though, unlucky with the 1 dig. Might not be able to win out the AWP, but can with a pistol apparently. 4v4. I don't want to get too excited about this one just yet though, as Blamef does catch Lucky. And Mister keeps on tapping away, forcing them into the open arms of his teammate. And the 1 digs, they're just not quite hitting like they did on the head of Device. And with that, Astralis, they're just playing the clock down as well. He's absolutely farming these eco frags. He's going to find 4.
Overpass as well is literally one of the best Bulgarian maps ever, so I think that is understandable. But now look at this mid setup. You've got Device and Mister holding it down. That Molotov is going to force out the low HP player of Prime, and Device, he is just continuously farming his way forward. The problem is though, is that the B bomb site's been opened up, but they're just not close enough, Trick, to really capitalize upon this. And you can see the rotation from Device is here and ready. Does miss that shot. The low HP player of Quez will just hunt him down. And okay, finally, a bit of success for Trick here.
Simple did that against Blamef whilst he was still playing on Complexity back in many pro leagues ago. Couple more of those CT rounds, which is their better side, then we really could be looking at an even scoreline right now. But off the back of that Blamef 2v4, 1v2 clutch, Device will catch Prime in this round. And the pace will be picked up by Trick here. Iceberg, it's a lovely frag, and Lucky another Device trying to no-scope around the site and does land one onto Quez. It buys a little bit of time, a little bit of hope for Astralis in this one. As Glaive and Mister, they've got the util. They can at least attempt things, but they've already slowed down the pace, and I think, well, Tricked.
And that round, I think, would have got a little bit more dangerous and a lot harder for Astralis, but that's not what happened.
Quez edging his way towards the edge of apartments. Is spotted by Glaive. He plays anti-flash. They've jumped out over Glaive's head, and it could be a 2K. The spray down from Glaive is lovely. Not the cleanest, but it gets the job done regardless. Sees the barrel of the AWP as well, and carries on standing around that. The thing massive there from Glaive as Device chimes in for a double. Like they're in quite a predicament, Freddy.
Of course, it is Glaive and Device there to secure Astralis match point in this first map. Glaive, I don't know how they've just jumped over him. They haven't cleared him effectively. That flashbang
to step up to the tally here.
is so aware that it might be a B hit here. However, the rotations could get blocked off by Iceberg, and those rotations, they have to come through because Zipex has fallen. Glaive, he held strong last round. Can he do it again? Yes, he can! Drops the bomb, and he survives. Now, BlameF is here, but Lucky, yet again, has done really well with Overwatch from Apartment. He's isolated BlameF and Mr. and Device on a 2 versus 2. The old and the new of Astralis are here to face up against Lucky and Prime, and it's Lucky once again.
I mean, you were talking about Lucky's stats on the AWP often being more proficient on that CT side rather than T, but Lucky has been a kingpin on the offense here. As Device is actually still going for exits. That's a big kill onto Prime. There is not money on this Trick side, and with a flashbang rattling on out, Lucky... Oh, he fires off a shot, but Device can finish just to spam the wall. How is Lucky still alive? That's so unfortunate. What? That's not wallbangable. Are you serious? Even Device is surprised.
Wallbang it, but... Device literally headshots him through the wall there. What a shot from Lucky!
We're going up octaves here. I mean, Glaive does so well to find 2 in that scenario, but the fact that the trade doesn't come back on in, and Mr., it's a slight overextension, and again, they don't have utility, so it's unfortunate. But yeah, that is genuinely a titanium shelf. Losing of the round where Device was left in a 1 versus 2, and also in the round that Device was stuck on site with an AWP, does land the no-scope, but needed Zip to help on out as Glaive. Well, Nodios helps himself to Glaive, find another Device. That's a big frag. Lucky though, another headshot rains on down, but Prime finally shuts him down. Into the 2v2 we go here, but Quez, he has a top mid lurk of dreams as BlameF now's left in the 1v2, and it's not going to happen. Prime dinks him and then seals the deal to the body with that. Well, they've been readjusting their roles, and Zipex clearly struggling more than most as he's about to get rushed on down by 5 people in Apartment. Starts to spray, does find Quez. Big impact, and Iceberg going down to BlameF as well. Means that Astralis have the man advantage. They've got the time to play with. As the Molotovs rain on down towards short. BlameF is instead on the long angle. Does get baited out. That's a brilliant headshot from Nodios. Obscene stuff, but Mr. on the boost up baits out the shots. Device gets the frag, and with that, it will be a 3 versus 2 on this retake. But Trick still have ample opportunity, and they still have Lucky who takes down Device.
He gets the first, isn't aware of short, so Glaive will strike Nodios. He's had a 1v2 in this exact same position. Now on the rifles, will not expect Mr. coming from Market and Astralis. They make it difficult, but they do secure Mirage. The first map in this series, their map pick, 16-4. That was very close. And sadly, Tricks are unable to push it into overtime. And Tom, this is still this is the first map.
Yes, Device is now here with them. Yes, Mr. has dual Berettas in quite the dastardly position, but Tricked, they just look so much stronger. A 67% win rate after playing this map 30 times in the past 3 months, but Mr. does strike first. Quickly traded by Quez. Glaive goes down again as Quez. That is a damning double entry.
All separated. 1 heaven, 1 main, 1 lobby. And seemingly, they might get picked off 1 by 1 because Trick, look at them. Their post plants are strong. They're standing still, and they're just going to pick them off. There, BlameF down. Device is going to get forced away. Gooshed. And simultaneously, both the players die. Tricked. Not bad results. And now, well, this is the gun round. This is where Astralis are looking to prove themselves.
And Device looks to prove himself early, but Lucky instantly shuts him down. A powerful shot from the big green rattles out, and with that, a wild push and a frag from BlameF here. In fact, no, hold on a minute. Mister's just gone up the ladder. This potentially complicates things. As BlameF is now tucked into a corner and the bomb's been dropped in lobby. BlameF needed a double, though. It's going to be a tough 2v4 for Astralis if they're still willing to go for anything here.
Prime towards lobby, and Iceberg is going to drop a Molotov onto bomb late from heaven. There is no smoke to extinguish that, and Prime, he will reveal himself at the perfect time. Mr. is holding for him, but it does not matter. A lumbered spray from Glaive, almost filling the shoes of BlameF and not having the same amount of success. Here, he is going to just maneuver himself towards Garage, where Device will just find his head. BlameF now, this A1S could really be used properly, and that's the first kill. They walk into his crosshair, can't get any more, and you were talking about him having the multi-frag last round. I think maybe there he had to as well, because it's a 2 versus 3. They're not going to be quick. They won't expect Glaive so close, and that's the 5-7, ringing off a headshot. Lucky, we were talking about his revenge arc. This would be some 1v3 to claim.
Well, Lucky can isolate the first jaunt to Mr., but it's an even more laboured spray than we saw prior. Device now closing in on his position, knows exactly where Lucky is, and I don't think he's long for this world. The flash is good, but Device is faster, and Astralis will finally put their first round onto the board, and with that bomb being stuck, there is no more config. Mr. has been filling in quite nicely. That's that final piece of the puzzle. Blame F, though, he's filling lead into further T-sided players. Prime goes down, and that's massive. The nade as well. Huge onto Lucky. That's brutal damage from Blame F, and Glade should have a freebie here, but can't quite find the frag.
It's information, though, because he knows that one has gone down, and Lucky's been tagged as well a little bit. Zipex holding the angle. Should be able to get at least the first, and yeah, with Quez just jumping around, Lucky will trade him, and Nodius actually outside has got 2. Lucky just can't die here, and he will. Device will quell him. 1 versus 2 for the 4K, and Nodius is nowhere near. No kit for Device, so he won't be able to stick it, and Nodius, he's just calling it. He doesn't anticipate Device not have a kit, for instance, and he won't even go for that attempt. So he's got all this information that is then allowing the rest of Astralis to stay on inner. That Molotov on top of Heart will force Glaive out, a little bit of damage, but the Molotov on door will actually just temporarily halt them. Lucky at ramp is going to try go aggressive, and he will get punished. In the meantime, it is just a slaughterhouse for Astralis until now potentially the trades go in favor of Tricked. Spam through Mini will actually find Iceberg, and Quez with 4 bullets will just take a USP to the head. The rounds are even. Tricked, they have no AWP, so Lucky will not be able to contest Device.
Yeah, Blame F staying alive is big for the economy, and Device catching that early kill is disastrous for Tricked. Blame F as well, continuing to be a nuisance towards outside. Now has Zipex pushing up ramp instead of him. And Nodios, he's so aware of this, but the shadow is showing through the smoke. Iceberg does deal a killing blow on ramp, though, and that will allow him full reign towards Hell. But they can't afford to overestimate their position, as Astralis still have this man advantage. But for how much longer as Blame F? How the hell does he win that frag?
At this moment, just let go. Device is going to rotate back in and hold ramp from control. With that AWP, it's going to get smoked off, and they're going to jump into him, but he fires a random shot, and as he does that, Lucky charges through. 2 versus 3 now. The bomb will get planted, and Mr. is here, close, opens the door towards single, throws a Molotov to add to the confusion, and it is going to be the 2 players from ramp to really add to that.
But been more successful than it was, because it deserved it. But then they had the problem of that AWP going home. Everything fell apart. Config literally got to pieces, breaking his hand as Device breaks a couple of bones outside here.
Molotov maybe a little bit too early from Zipex. That smoke is good because it just blocks off the momentum from Tricked. In the meantime, what that allows is Mr. to push a little bit more secret, get information, allows players to have the understanding that it is going to be the A bomb site that is their target. And Glaive with the spray down, drops the bomb, and Zipex to get the other 2 from Hut. Lovely shot down from Astralis, and that is them with 7 rounds in a row.
Nade is going to hit Iceberg from... Was that his own teammate? No, it wasn't. Ignore me.
It was from
Regardless, though, Blame F does go down.
Yeah, well, he's continuing on this reactionary play of playing outside, going in towards Africa there. It doesn't matter, though, because he does get caught off guard. Iceberg, the IGL, taking matters into his own hand here and just going, you know what? Let's go kill them all. Nodios as well. Lovely pick towards Zipex on ramp. Tricked opening up this round very successfully. And it's now how cleanly can they do it? And it looks like very cleanly. Tricked.
Quez is still a McGallil. Their economy was not strong coming into this one. Yeah, but the problem here is Lucky has been a little slow off the mark. Oh, Prime,
wait, what?
You can't
he got
be
naded
doing that.
Mid-air.
He naded mid-air and then fell down. That's amazing from Zipex. And Glaive dropping down vents. He looks to cause further carnage towards the outside position. As Device, he's got an AWP up close and personal to ramp. This is going to be a tough angle for them to clear. In fact, he's getting even closer. Wants his first shot opportunity for Quez. As actually spins the corner. Down goes Nodios. He's back for more. Looking for seconds. He dives in and Lucky dies down 6 feet under. Now in a 5 versus 2. This is looking immaculate for Astralis. Look at the aggression of Zipex. There's no hiding from them as they hunt you down. But Iceberg, well, they've snatched back a few of their own. Device needs to be careful here because Iceberg, if he spins around, could kill him. Yeah, he's going to bide his time before he pushes in alone. Does a tiny bit of chip damage towards Quez there, but that is great post-block util by Tricked. keeping these CTs at bay for a very long stretch of time. But Nodios, that is rough timing. BlameF now comes down to join his team, but the problem is it is a 4-man ramp retake ready.
This is very dangerous. They're being funneled with that smoke that's on the right side. It does now expire, and Primes will do the same towards control. BlameF, who might get caught off guard. He does. Prime gets the kill, but it's quickly traded out. 2 versus 2. Lucky just about connects a spray, and Device is trying to hunt down Lucky, but he's been bamboozled with the Glock and all the pistols. Everyone is shooting, and Device, I think, is going to die. He doesn't survive here, and Quez, he survives, and he wins the round for Trogs. Lovely there.
Free and a 10% deposit bonus when you play with our partners, but Glaive playing with fire will take Quest down early. Device finds a second, Iceberg falls, and into another 5v3 we go here.
Prevent them going any further. BlameF holding a very deep angle will not get tested, and Zip, very much like what Trick did to them last round. It's going to throw that smoke to funnel them out. Fully blind. Device is there to cover him. Device with the deagle. Spam goes away, and he will secure 4 kills in this round. I was just saying when he was 8-7 in the scoreline that we haven't seen his true potential just yet on Nuke, and bam, he shows it there in the last round of the half. A kill outside. Talking about BlameF's proactiveness, Device has been everywhere. I feel like every single round he's in a different position.
The Tricks now looked at an Astralis presence towards A, but the Molotovs rain on in, and utility, what Astralis are ever so well known for, is not going to do much as Prime Lucky Quest Nodios. That is insane. That is a pistol round finish in about 10 seconds.
It seems like ramp will be their point of attack. Quez has been left here, and that's the reason why Prime's been able to go down towards the B bomb site. Quez is boosted. Ooh, he's going aggressive, and Device will catch him out. Device gets 2. Mister, you called upon him. There he is. Jules Prime at range, and a very clean
saves over that rifle. Finally a 10th on the board for Astralis, as they are again first to land double digits, but again tricked. I mean, Glaive, I don't quite know how he's been afforded this much territory, because no one's even spotted him yet, and BlameF, that's lovely. Down goes the first 2, finally traded out by the pistol of Lucky.
They don't really know if they've gone down vent or not, and I think they've heard the sound cues. They haven't. Now they know that they will. They could have got a frag there, but it's all down to Nodios. 1 versus 3 on this bomb site. Time is low. He whiffs the spray, but he will land it. 8 bullets left. The Molotov at his feet. 10 seconds now. The bomb shall be retrieved. 2 versus 2, and the rotations are not close enough to deny this bomb. Lucky leading the charge with A1S, and Glaive will nail him in the head. A1S has been picked up by Lucky, Prime there, but it will be Astralis.
Yeah, they throw in a couple of flashes, but don't push immediately off the back of it to try and keep Trick guessing here. And Trick very much are still guessing, and Blame catches the first. Huge double from Nodios. Oh my goodness, Device, how does he get away with that onto Iceberg? Somehow that's a quick scope, as Prime is now locked off by smokes.
Confusion, but it doesn't matter. You can see that Astralis, they actually don't throw a single flashbang on their execute, and that's the reason why I think it was Quez just died straight away, because he was waiting for that flashbang, kind of tucking and turning, playing anti, and it never comes. Nice from Astralis. They only keep 1 player alive. They do take down 1 with them, which overall is actually fine. Nodius doubles up here, and
it's so messy, man.
Just confusion, and that is, if he gets that kill,
Lucky could be spurned into a peak. He's biding his time. He's trying to be patient here. I have no idea what Astralis is trying to do. Oh, but regardless, that's a stunner of a headshot.
Well, they're just trying to fake out outside presence, and unsuspectingly, Prime just reveals themselves from that smoke, so it all kind of gets neglected a little bit. And Quez, he's going to have 4 or 3 players rounding down towards ramp. Jiggles, they spot him, and they land a shot to the cranium. Prime is here alongside Iceberg. This is the final frontier for Tricks. They have to hold strong, and strong they will be. Mister with the bomb. Finally coming alive, Mister! What, 3 kills now into a 1 versus 1 against Nodius. We said he'd had quite a disappointing performance so far in this map, and this is definitely a time to step up. I was not expecting him to get either of those kills, and he's repositioned perfectly. I don't think Nodius would expect this, Tom.
I mean, he was watching behind at least temporarily, but with this late of a flank coming in, he's definitely not going to expect it. Nodios still looking the wrong way as Mr. edges further forward. It's all down to the timing here. And Mr. Oh my goodness, with 1 HP! 1 HP at the end of it. He does it regardless. An amazing clutch from the young gun. And that is why he is on this roster. He fills in fantastically into the tougher positions. And occasionally you'll get something like that straight out of him. That is ridiculous repositioning. I'm going to count that as a 1 versus 3 because it's as good as that.
Playing above his age right there, playing above his experience. Mr. finally comes alive in this map, and he's going to spur his team onto victory unless Nodios has signed a stay about
Oh my
it.
God!
Don't be serious. No. 3 bullets left in this Deagle, and he has to do everything, but sadly, he'll be left on a pedestal, and there's nothing more that can be done in this round. Astralis claim 15, and Device's comeback will be held in glory. Unless Lucky, whose revenge arc, might have something to say about it, and no, I keep on getting excited and it keeps on being closed down.
Yeah, the scout, if it landed that first kill, maybe had something to say, but Prime is removed, and with that, there's a reason that they brought Nodios on to replace, I believe, Kia. But it's just not been enough,
could be
especially up against Astralis. I agree, this could well be it. But Nodios again, he's going to miss out on that first frag. That's so unfortunate. 1 more bullet required. The A1S nerf has absolutely stuffed him there as Quez does fire back on 1 cylinder. Zipex takes damage, but still such an advantage for Astralis here. Trick, they would need to pull off a miracle round.
Lucky's literally in vent. Lucky has to somehow make his way up through vent amidst all this chaos. The other 2 players retaking from heaven. This would be some ask. And Device, I didn't even notice. He was flanking outside. Lucky's been spotted. Lucky's been eliminated. And Flame F alongside Device will claim 24 frags in Device's comeback. Oh my god, if they made a statement there. 16-8 on Nuke.